Congratulations, we did it.
I guess I am in.
Living
Record.
Wait, where's your mic?
You might need to sit closer.
Ryan doesn't have a mic. He's just gonna lord over our conversation.
Your mics will get me. Just screaming.
It'll all work out.
Let's scoot it closer here.
I'm not used to podcasting without a mic stand. So
Yeah.
I'm like, come on,
This
arm.
is too much work
you
for
can
you.
do it.
You just walk that elbow. I've done it.
Like, just hold it.
I've done it before where I do have to hold it, and you really just you calcify your arm in place. You know.
You have to get you should get one of those like stereotypical podcaster mics, like the SM7.
Yep.
And just like holding it
Oh, God.
with your hand.
Everyone gets those, and they don't realize they have to get like a good preamp for them.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not a lot of power.
Yeah.
They're really quiet.
They are.
I got a cloud lifter for free at NAMM.
Nice.
They were just giving them away, and so that kind of made things significantly easy.
Oh, by the way, hi everyone. We're podcasting.
Oh, hey.
We're here at TGU 19.
We did it.
We got Leonard J. We got P Hunter, the Piss Hunter.
Piss Hunter. As I said earlier, my name's not Patrick Hunter today. It's Patrick Hungover. So.
Patrick Hungover. Got Pete Cottrell. You can see the back of his head.
Should I go over that? No.
It would make more sense over there.
Yeah.
I got it's kind of like the idea of the camera being we're this tiny in frame because it's like wide angle. It doesn't matter.
And he's shooting it in 720p, so I can't even zoom in. He can't even do it.
Jay's face is 3 pixels right now. That's what we're working with. It's just to show that there's motion. We're real people here.
Yeah.
You know, we're actually here in the place.
It's 4K.
I feel so
you
bad
can
for the
zoom in.
person that's going to be watching
No, I
this
said it's
video.
a 1080. I don't like to work in 4K. How do you guys feel about 4K?
YouTube. Adam Neely was saying that the YouTube algorithm really loves 4K.
I know.
Hunter
But he's
upscales
also
his
Adam
videos.
Neely. YouTube is just going to love anything he does anyway.
I
That's
took his
true.
advice. I shot everything this week in 4K so far.
Did you find a different? Oh, so you haven't done it yet? You haven't posted it yet?
No.
Have you edited it? No?
No.
You know, my thing for 4K is that I'm really lazy. So what I do is when I film my videos, I shoot it in 4K, like a big full shot.
And then you crop it.
I crop up for the close-up of the
Yeah, you
guitar.
punch in.
And
Yeah.
that saves me so much setup
That's
time.
the only reason I want 4K ever is because I can just do a big shot, I can move it around, and they get more creative with it that way. I don't actually want to make a 4K video. I want to crop a 4K down to 720 or 480.
I'm really going for that 240, man.
DVD quality.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single one of your videos is in 144.
I remember those like comments whenever it would take forever. God, those frogs are going at it.
They love it.
This is mating season for them.
They're like 4K.
That's antiquated technology.
But I remember it's like when it would take forever for videos to process. So then like your first commenters would be like, 240p. We meet again.
You ever get first comments?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah, all the
still.
time. And sometimes they come so fast that there's 3 people who thought they were first.
The
And
best
they're
is like
damn it, I missed it.
the best is like I do my videos early for like Patreon supporters. It's like the easiest thing ever too. Even like sometimes one of them would just be like second, but they know they're first too.
I do that just so my Patreon supporters can do spell check for me if I've got captions.
So really, you're making your Patreon supporters work.
I don't make them, I let them.
You give them the opportunity to do the work for you. The privilege.
You know, by the time they're done with, a dozen or so 60 Cycle Hum episodes, they're certified and qualified to be copywriters.
Oh, there you go.
They can go get a job now. It's work experience.
So Ryan's basically just like, you're welcome.
I'm
he's
basically
like,
teaching a college course.
It's like an intern program.
Professor, doctor.
Dr. Burke.
So where did you start your career? Well, it was on the 60 Cycle Hum Patreon.
You see,
I give
he's
this guy $5 a month and I got a career out of it.
Ryan doesn't know how to spell. That's the joke.
Yay.
Yeah.
They F5 for you. Or was that F7?
What, F7? What are you talking about?
Spell check.
There's a hotkey for spell check?
I had no idea.
How do I know
On
about
like
it?
certain like programs like Word and stuff. You just
I
have
don't
7.
use- you think I
Wow,
write
the
stuff in
college
Word?
boy over.
Dude, spell check.
The hotkeys. Look at you.
You mean 1 year of community college before I got bored?
Oh, fancy pants, college boy
Liberal
over
arts
here.
degree.
I was holding it over our heads. I have a bachelor's degree.
Well.
I wish I didn't. I'm still paying for that thing.
I was about to say, I don't have a degree, but
Can
I
I
also
return
don't
it?
have debt, which is really nice.
Do you want it back?
What's your return policy?
Is it better than Amazon's?
You should be able to return your college degree and get your money back.
Like a 30-day return policy, like after you graduate.
Like an
if
annulment?
you're unhappy with your
If
degree
you
in
don't
30
get
days.
If you don't get a related job in 5 years.
That's a
You should
long
be-
window.
Well,
a
wasn't
year.
there a thing like some people change their careers at least 3 or 4 times in their life?
But you should at least get
Something
one.
like that,
You
yeah.
should at least get one stretch of career off your degree. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's depressing.
What's your degree in?
Graphic design.
Graphic. Well, there you
Which
go.
you still use,
can't. You can't
though.
return
That's
that.
what
I know. I've broken it in. It's all messed up now.
But I want to return it.
I want
That's
to
like returning something at Costco, man. You know, it's like the bag's open, half of the dog food's been eaten already. Oh yeah, I just don't want this dog food anymore.
Can I return these?
full money back, please?
Can I please return these 50 boxes of mac and cheese?
I only
just
ate
wanna
half of the. I only ate half of it. And then you buy another one, and then you return the 50. It's like 50% done again.
I just want to return half of it. I just want to like downscale to an associate's degree. I just feel like that's a better fit for me right
That's
now.
a better.
Yeah.
But maybe
I would rather be a dropout. Can I just go into dropout status, please?
Imagine what if we said like I took like a couple classes and I just never showed up again? Like what? How much could I get back?
yeah, I got the degree right here. I'll just give it back
I'll
to
just
you.
give it back to you. I don't mind if there's like a 25% restocking fee. That's fine. I can handle that.
I just
I'll pay
all
for
of a
the
sudden
shipping.
got a wave of like American shame and embarrassment that we're sitting here joking about how great it would be to be stupider.
Hey, but as long as you're not in debt over it, that's what matters.
Exactly. It's because I need that money to pay for my medical insurance.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Everyone should just become doctors, just for the
Doctor.
company perk, you know.
Yeah.
You should all just be treating each other. You don't have to go to the doctor. We all just hang out and play doctor with each other.
Wow.
Like
Says the guy with the pineapple shirt.
If you were to come down with something, how much would it cost you?
depends.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. I mean, I
your
do
what, eh?
have insurance. I think I've got
Did
like.
you just legitimately go? It's real country, eh?
Oh, sorry. Weird country, y'all. Is that better?
These fucking Canadian Texans.
This is going to be an interesting podcast because there are 2 separate conversations happening at the exact same time.
What do you mean?
Like, do you have to break a leg
How
for
do
them
you
to
edit
pay
this?
attention and give you money?
Ask the
pay
Patreon
for your
supporters.
treatment.
Well, that's I have to get over. I pay everything up to $1,200, and then they pay everything over that.
Oh, okay.
That's a good deductible.
Yeah, it's decent. But then it's like we're.
I understand now.
I'm self-employed.
I'm
We buy insurance on our own. It's
Oh, really?
expensive. It's
ridiculously expensive. Like, yeah.
But I got 2 kids and a wife, and it's like, if it was just me, I'd just do the cheapest thing ever. I don't care if I die.
You heard it here,
It's
folks.
if it's just me alone, it's like
He speaks.
no one will miss me if I'm gone. But on the
Hey,
bus,
is Ryan still alive? No, man. I know because he stopped doing the pineapple parties.
on the bus back to the hotel yesterday, I was doing a little selfie, and it's like, if this bus crashes, demos are over.
The internet's down.
What will the world do
No more demos.
without?
There's no more guitar.
If I don't
content on
know the
YouTube.
top 5 uses of a tube screamer, 5 picking methods
Here's what-
exposed.
Here's what happened. Like
You won't believe number 3.
the bus would flip and crash, and everyone die, and big headline on the newspapers the next day: famous bus driver died.
Oh no, not Slicky Pete.
He's a national treasure.
I will say these bus drivers, like, they don't care at all. They floor it.
Yeah.
Especially yesterday when it was raining.
Oh, that was
and that like it was slick. And you had these hills, and this dude's just gunning it. I was just expecting this like Too Fast, Too Furious, or just like Tokyo Drift around.
You went out
I
of
felt
control.
like
You
it
went
was
in control.
Fast and Furious enough.
enough.
Just
Yes.
the right amount of Fast and Furious.
I don't know, like.
Isn't there something weird about being in a taxi and the taxi driver's driving like a maniac, but you feel kind of safe for some reason? It's like, this guy's a professional crazy person.
the confidence.
You know, like, hey, he's assertive. And like,
If you're assertive, or
Like,
really,
he
if you
did
have
some
confidence,
hazards
you can get away with
across the
anything.
you know, because if you're in a car with your friend and that friend's driving like that taxi driver, you're kind of like stressed
That's
out.
true.
Right? But when, like, I don't know, whoever that guy is in the cab,
They're
and
just
he's
on
just
the bars.
darting over, yelling at random people while on the phone, while reading like the maps on the dashboard.
While eating.
Yeah, while eating. Remember, and you have to keep in mind, you're in the back seat and you probably don't have your seatbelt on. And you feel completely
It's like sliding
safe.
back and forth.
What kind of world is that?
What's your favorite kind of Uber driver? You like a talky one or you like a quiet
It depends
one?
what mood I'm in.
Really?
Like, because sometimes I've had like Lyft drivers who are you just have a natural, just super chill conversation with them, like y'all are old friends sort of thing. And then at other times, I really like the drivers who are just, they're like, I'm listening to my music and I'm hanging out. If
Yeah.
you want to talk, go for it. But really, I'm just here to drive.
Last time I
And
went
they're
to
super chill. Don't want to talk, and I like that.
Last time I went to Nashville, I had an Uber driver that was trying to tell me all the places to get girls.
You just have that face. Yeah.
Okay.
He was probably wearing the pineapple shirt.
He's like, yeah,
I was like, you gotta go to this club, you gotta go to this club, you gotta go over here, check this out. It's like,
You got to go to the Steel Panther.
Listen, bro, let me give you my number.
Let me hear my number. It's like, wait a minute, these are all the gay bars in this town.
meet me over at the Velvet Seesaw later.
BRB got to open a bar real quick
I
called
feel like
Velvet
that
Seesaw.
name is so specific. Like people are gonna be like, "There's no way he made that
Velvet
up."
Seesaw.
Everyone's Googling it right now.
Don't. I don't know what you'd find, but don't Google Velvet Seesaw. Dear God.
If there's a bar called the Velvet Seesaw, you walk away. You walk away.
You cross the street.
There is no return. It opens at 2 a.m. It opens at 2 a.m.
Great breakfast buffet, though.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
The brunch.
The bread. The freshest cantaloupe you will ever eat in your life.
But you can't sit by yourself because then you just follow the ground. It just doesn't
Yeah.
work. Bad seating arrangements. Bad seating arrangements.
It's actually a seesaw. Everyone, like, you have to make sure that people, like, the equal amount of.
I was like, what? Oh yeah, seesaws. You know what a seesaw is?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't. You never know what
That's a British thing, right?
things are American.
It's a
things.
British thing. You're going to take credit
No,
for the
that's
seesaw.
our
eh?
word.
It's a playground toy that you sit
Yeah.
on one side and it goes back and
It's
forth.
always been called seesaw.
Good. We finally find
You
something
say,
in
well, you say
common.
seesaw. You say seesaw.
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 You said bonnet on the first day, and I was just like, Pete, it's
Bonnet.
good to see you again.
As in the hood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonnet and
So what do you call? Oh, it's trunk, isn't it? Yeah, that's the boot.
yeah, boot.
Wait,
I watch enough Top Gear. I know
You know it.
what part of a car is the bonnet?
the hood.
The hood.
The hood is a bonnet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because when I think of a bonnet,
Under
I think
the
of like
bonnet.
The little,
like an Amish lady with her hat.
like that.
You never watched Top Gear?
I tried to watch it a few times. I don't like their personalities.
Are you,
Yeah, I
that's the
understand that.
best part of the show.
And it's too much show. I want just like straight like content. I don't want the whole audience thing and the whole like yuck joking thing that we're doing right now.
I like how they're from like South Carolina.
Like they're
Because
infringing too much.
that's how they're
Infringing too much
talking.
on your territory.
yeah. It's like I don't want to watch what I would do.
You just want to watch the 60 frames per second, like, close-up footage.
Yeah.
I don't
of, like,
really care about cars that much either. And here's the thing, like I always was under the impression that like there's not a huge car culture in Europe.
What?
Oh, there is, yeah.
What?
It's massive.
Like everyone's always
that's
Never
where
heard of
they're all
F1?
like
Huge.
no,
made.
but like I always like was under the impression that like a lot of people just don't own cars, and it's like the Americans are weird for owning so many cars.
Whoa,
Am I
It's
totally off
different
base?
cars though. In America, it's like muscle cars and stuff.
or
Over here,
and
it's
giant
like,
cars.
it's
Here, there's so many
yeah.
hatchbacks in Europe. I love it.
Yeah.
There's like
I love it.
cars I've seen from America. When you see them over in Europe when they're imported or something, they're like fucking buses.
Yeah.
I swear.
You're like, that Ford Focus is huge.
Who's gonna stop you?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, that Honda Civic is way too big for this street. I cursed earlier, and I was just like, maybe he'll catch it later.
Glenn asked me if it was okay for him to swear. Like, I wouldn't have you on if it wasn't okay.
That's very sweet of him to ask that, though.
I know it is. Yeah, I feel like Glenn's a sweetheart.
He's a man of the people.
Yeah.
He's a man of the people.
It's like how he's like, you know what? I always rag on bass players, but it's just because I want you to do better. And I was like, I want me to do better too, Glenn.
I would like to see like a video put together where like Glenn looks out the window and there's like a bass player standing outside across the street. And he's like, oh, what's going on? And he checks again later, and there's like 3 or 4 of them.
They just slowly build.
And then you like pan out, and there's like hundreds of bass players like converging on his house, just like standing across the street, like scowling at him.
Until one of them is Donald Sutherland from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and he's like,
I feel like I'm starting to develop a, what's his name? The guy from Pineapple Express.
Seth Rogen.
I'm starting to develop a Seth Rogen laugh, and I hate that because I hate his laugh.
what are you kidding me? I love his laugh. I want that to be my message
So
alert
Seth
on my
Rogen
phone.
is actually he's a Vancouverite.
Yeah.
He's from where I come from, and I think he's going to be the voice of our subway system.
Oh my god!
No way.
This isn't
Next stop.
Get off! This is your stop.
Thanks for writing. Yep, next stop coming up. I think he was campaigning hard, and I think he might have got it.
Watch your step. That's what it will be.
You need to work on your Seth Rogen laugh, but I think one day you'll be able to get it down.
I don't want it.
Go away.
I've been feeling it develop like this week, and I think I'm a little hoarse or something like that. I've been talking too much, and my laugh has been changing.
That lake, I don't trust it.
There's got a big shark in there.
That
A
duck just
gator.
took-
I don't know if the camera can see it, but there's a gator over here.
Yeah.
That duck just took a swan dive.
That's what I heard. That
Yeah.
was what
That's
made
the
me
wrong
turn
kind
around.
of bird.
Actually, it wasn't even a duck. It was whatever that is.
What are those things?
Moorhen,
I
probably.
think those are babies
Warhead?
right
Yeah.
there. They're
Yeah, those are
fuzzy
ducks.
babies.
English-sounding word.
Are they baby ducks?
If you're a duck expert, make sure you email 60cyclehum@gmail.com and let us know.
There's some guy going, well, that sounds completely off. That's just not even how they do it.
No.
They don't have those kinds of ducks there.
Judging by
It's
the
not indigenous
velocity
to
and
that
the way you
region.
hit
Yes,
the water.
please, if you're listening, craft a 3-paragraph email telling us which
Three,
kind
that's
of
conservative.
what kind of ducks are in the area that we should be expecting to see.
What is that one?
What kind of
That's a
ducks
frog.
That's a frog. Yeah,
frog?
the frogs
That's
are
not a
yelling.
frog. It was like, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
That's
frog.
a
Frog.
frog.
Yeah, the frogs are
goes,
seriously like.
The frog's
Frogs
like,
go
don't talk-
ribbit, ribbit, not
It's like a death metal fan, you know. It's just like it's doing some like
Like, how
hardcore or
long
something.
is that
He's
frog been
hoarse.
smoking for? That frog got the...
the chain smoking frog.
I pay so much money to watch a frog smoke. And like fill up his neck back. No, I want to see his frog vape.
Ribbit.
And then fill up his neck and just blow cotton.
He's like, blaze it, bro. Ribbit.
It smells like bubble gum and cotton candy.
Caramel.
Cinnamon Toast
Salted
Crunch?
caramel. That's fantastic.
Whose camera is that?
That's mine.
Is it running right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I don't know how long it'll be running for. It's a Canon.
I just worry about it being out.
So
like-
you-
Well,
again,
it's
it's
stopping
probably
now.
gonna
You
30
did-
minutes.
Oh, I know. That's why I got this bad boy up here. It runs hours.
And what is that?
It's a Lumix. It's a really old one.
Yeah, but it cuts everything into like little 6-minute segments, right?
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
GoPro
It
does that
not.
as well.
Mine does that.
If
What,
you
the-
leave GoPros running, it cuts it into segments.
No,
What's that?
this one doesn't do that.
Panasonic?
Just
Right?
one continuous video. Oh, mine doesn't do that.
Does the
It's
screen pop
wonderful.
out?
The screen pops out. You know that's a feature I gotta have.
Dude, me too.
Yeah.
It's so small, too.
Well, my buddy who does videography was recommending all these cameras to me, and I was looking at him like, the screen doesn't pop out. What am I gonna do? I'd have to buy like an external monitor or something like that. And that's not. I'm not going to run around with an external monitor at TGU. I don't want to pack more gear if I don't have to.
I miss Andy's tripod or his
His Christmas
monopod.
tree.
Yeah.
His media Christmas tree.
No, it was a tripod because
Yeah.
that thing was nuts last
He
year.
had this tripod that just had everything strapped to it, just every device you could imagine hanging off of it.
And so he was running around with his tripod.
Yeah.
Like all last year.
And that's how he got the job.
I've got to. Yeah, seriously.
Good for him too,
Yeah,
man.
good for Andy.
Like yesterday, whenever
Also, happy birthday.
Don was on stage,
Yeah.
like
It's
talking
over.
about
We don't
him,
have to
like,
do that
happy birthday.
anymore.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Andy had the craziest birthday yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Can you imagine getting that attention on your birthday?
Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean, my mom doesn't even call me. That's not true.
She's too busy trying to make frogs smoke.
If we can
Shit.
crack it,
Come on,
If we can get-
just one. Just blaze it.
if we can get frogs to smoke, then we can teach them to vape, and then we've got something.
But you got to start off easy. Get them into crack because then they'll keep doing it. Like a little crack pipe. Just put it.
Just a little
I
crack.
bet
Just a
there's a
little
Just
crack.
one crank and then you're good. And then we got this frog
That's
forever.
a sad image.
There's got to be a lab somewhere. This has happened, right? Someone's done this.
Frogs sitting around.
Crack
in the
smoking
name of
frogs.
When they're getting withdrawals, do the frogs scratch themselves?
Can a frog just lick itself and then just get messed up?
For this question, you have to be aware that licking some kinds of frogs make you high.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't licked too many frogs, so I wouldn't
Is
know
that, is that?
Frogs have long tongues. Are they like chameleons?
Yeah, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they
like,
get the flies.
like
They stick their
chameleons.
tongue out and get flies.
I had no idea.
Really? You didn't know that about
I don't know
frogs?
that much about frogs.
Did you know that licking them could get you high?
I mean, some of them.
Yeah.
My
But you
education
knew
from
that they
comes
made the
from
sound.
Simpsons, so-
You
No,
knew that was the
that's a
sound
real
that they
thing.
made.
So
There's
I
like-
really
that's
think
real.
you're a
There's
frog
There's like
expert.
a South American frog.
I think
and you
you're a
lick it,
liar.
it gets you high.
But if you get it wrong, aren't some of them poisonous?
If you get it wrong, you licked a frog.
So you messed up at step one.
You'll know real quick.
See, like I feel like if you really did lick a frog, especially if you're trying to get high, it's like there's nothing good's going to happen. I don't
Sure.
want to get. I don't want to know what the high is from licking a frog. You know, it's not peyote. It's not like chasing like the magic dragon or anything like that. It's.
What if
I
it
feel
is
like it would just make you really, really sick.
Probably just make you hungry. Like, oh, let me go get frog.
Oh,
legs
I want
now.
to eat this frog.
I wanna
What?
eat
Like,
frogs. It's like,
The frog turns into like a cookie. And you're like, ah. You're so
yeah, you lick the frog and then you hallucinate that the frog is food. And when you come out of it, you're like, where's the frog?
Oh God.
so
There's like a
that's
little
the
leg
defense
sticking out of the
mechanism
side of your.
Where's your frog? Oh, it's time for church.
It's a bell solo.
How long is it going to go this time?
Oh yeah, it went for a long time.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah, it like would not stop.
Is it? What time is it right now? 45.
It is 11 on the
dot?
penny.
I like that this podcast is really just about nothing. Like people listening are like they didn't
Yeah.
talk about gear
Well, it's like
once.
I can talk about gear all day, but it's just like obviously we're gonna do that. But it's always fun just to
Yeah.
talk about licking frogs. You know?
It's the
Talking
last
about
day.
licking
We've run out of
frogs.
ideas. We're all tired. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so beat right now, but I am genuinely upset that it's like about to end
Yeah, me too.
because it's like
It goes
this
fast.
went way faster than last year. I feel.
I mean, I miss my family and I can't wait to get home and stuff.
you know, totally.
But it's like I could do this for like 2 weeks or something
Same.
like that.
Well, that way we can actually get our sleeping schedule on
And I'd
track.
probably make the same amount of videos, but I
but
would
you guys maybe. I'm
Piece it
feeling
out.
that 1 hour time difference from
I would
London.
just lean in. I would lean
Fuck
into
off,
quality.
Pete.
It's instead of like my run and gun thing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I would lean into like spending half a day on a video instead of 15 minutes.
Like we can all, everyone knows this now. If TGU is happening again, Ryan is getting invited. I love it because Ryan's always like, "Oh, I'm surprised they even invited me back." It's like you
But I
literally
got-
made more videos than anybody.
By
like,
far.
I make a lot of videos. The first year I was genuinely surprised to being included. Like I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a trick. I thought I was going to show up and people were going to like haze me or something like that.
Come to Germany so we can kill
no,
you.
I was like they were inviting me to be like that awful thing when like frats like invite the ugly girl or something like that as like a joke.
They just needed more bearded men. It's like, oh, we need to find a bearded guy.
We don't have enough bearded white
But
guys.
it's like I got the invitation super late this year. I thought, anyways. I don't
When'd you get
remember
Yeah.
I don't remember when I got it, but I remember when I got the invitation, it had the thing at the bottom like, please respond by this date, and it was like a month and a half earlier.
Really?
Oh, wow.
His welcome bag had PewDiePie written on it.
It was probably like huge too. Just cross it out like one Sharpie line, and just right under it, Ryan.
Ryan. Just a big cross.
I don't know. I don't know how they decide stuff. I mean, you've got
just ripped, completely crossed.
they've got heavy hitters here this year, which
They went for the big pages this year, like the
I think Philip was invited last year and he just didn't want to do it.
Oh, no,
Oh, McKnight, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Robert
it was
didn't
because
make
of
Yeah, Robinson.
Yeah.
the
Freaking that
what's
pedal,
the other German,
that pedal
German
show,
one?
like
They were
didn't
super last minute as well this year.
they didn't
the
confirm, and they're
work
like,
Framus
yeah,
put it
okay,
on.
we'll do
I forgot what
it.
it's
And
called
because
again.
they're that pedal show, they can just show up, and everyone will be like, yeah,
yeah,
cool.
that pill. Yeah, they.
What was the first show that Henning worked on with Framus and Warwick?
Oh,
GitCon.
GitCon.
Yeah.
You guys were invited to GitCon?
I was invited last year, but I already had tickets to
I got
ACL Music Festival, so
You
I was
took it.
on that weekend. I was like,
there was
I
there was
appreciate it,
something
though.
weird going on with Henning last year and
Yeah.
GitCon, and I was already invited to TGU, so it was a little weird, and I didn't know what to do, so I kind of just didn't reply
Oh,
To GitCon?
to GitCon. Yeah. And I don't know whether it's happening this year, but nothing yet. So
Yeah, I said last year, like, if I got invited to GitCon, like, I wouldn't go unless, like, they, like, just covered my airfare and it sounded like an okay thing to do. Then I'd do it. I'd do it if it was the same deal as here.
I'm
I
about
was
to say,
invited to
I'm
the
sure they
first
take
one.
care of you.
Yeah, no. I'm saying I don't have any scruples.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, give me free stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
like
I
a
wouldn't even
set
do
of
it unless it
headphones.
was like bare minimum, like like normal, like operation. Yeah, I'd do it.
And it's just you. You're like, okay.
Yeah,
So-
okay, I'll go.
am I the only one who hasn't been to GitCon?
I haven't
You
been.
haven't been.
I don't think any of us have been.
Oh,
I was invited last year. I wasn't invited the first year, but I was invited last year. But I
I was the
politely
first year as well.
declined.
Oh, the invite came too late for the first year.
Oh,
Well, it was like
shit.
the marketing guy with. It was the marketing guy with Warwick
It's like
too.
get
Yeah.
into
And I was
accounting
like,
or something.
oh, like I really do appreciate the offer. I already have prior engagements on that particular weekend as well, so I unfortunately won't be able to come. But I do really appreciate you sending the offer. And then it was like space, and then tab down, basically just said, but I would love to work with you directly and Warwick for some videos. Didn't even get a response. I was like, all right. My good.
Well, they do sometimes.
Oh, wow. Do you need a battery?
So, well, you know what I can't stand about this like job
What?
is you try to reach out to certain companies, especially ones that you're really excited to work with, and like you don't even get like a yes or no response. You get nothing.
Nothing.
And
Radio
it's like,
silence.
come on, especially if it's you talk like one or two times, like you've emailed each other back and forth, but then they just decide to dip out.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
like, come on,
Do you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
do
it's
that
a
often
nightmare.
then? Do you,
You know,
reach out to
it-
companies out of the blue, or do you have to have met them before? Or
I mean, I used to do like not cold, like I guess the equivalent of cold calling.
yeah, cold calling.
But it's just send out cold email. It's like, hey, I really like this gear. I would like to work with you and try whatever this new one is too. Make a video about it, and and a lot of companies are really great to work with.
Yeah,
But some of them are just
it's nice when they
No,
get
don't wanna
this
bother.
YouTube world.
Isn't it the best when there's something that came out and you're like, oh, that looks so awesome, and then you get the email,
you get the email,
and then you're
Yeah.
just
you
like,
get the email.
oh, like, oh my god, like, and you're in the position of power now, right? Because
Yeah.
they approached you, right? And it's just like, oh, I love this.
Or if it's a
I love
company,
this so
or if
much.
it's a company you've already worked with. And
Yeah.
you see like the press release for it, you're like, "Oh, that's badass!" And you go to message the marketing or A&R guy,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Hey, man, like I would really like to try this out." You're like, "Oh, shit! I'm sorry, I forgot to give you the tracking number. Yeah, it's already on its way." You're like, "Oh yes!"
I love me. Me is cool.
Have you ever had the opposite, where you've been talking to a company, they're like really keen to work with you, and then you mention something like a fee, and they ghost you?
Oh, 100%.
I
Oh,
go
absolutely.
I submit the fee like immediately. Like that way, I'm not wasting your time. You're
Yeah,
not wasting
yeah.
my
Yeah,
time.
when I do mine, it's like, all right, so this is my normal rate.
Hey, I'm
If we
back.
do,
Hey!
it's like this is my normal rate. If I do multiple videos, I'll do like a bundle discount. Also, just because I'm being paid to do this doesn't mean I'm not gonna like bring up not highlight the negatives too.
Sure.
Or it's just like, I just went off the bat. Because some companies are like, hey, could you bring up this specific feature sort of thing too? It's like, yeah, I'll highlight that. But I just want to want you to know that if I don't like something about it, I'm going to say that I don't like something about it.
I've had some incidents in the recent past where it hasn't really been clear what the company wanted from the video, and I've wanted to do my thing. And then retroactively they'll want me to put something in the video, that kind of thing. Maybe not like after I filmed it, but just as I'm going to film it and I've done the audio and things like that. And we have to come to an arrangement. So I've started now. Well, I never like reviewing stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I like just giving a vague opinion, I guess, and basically doing fun things with what I'm sent.
Sure.
Like an entertainment kind of thing. So it's like product placement instead of a review. But yeah, I think it's always important to know what the company wants before you start on a video.
You got to
now.
be clear, because if you just get a new pedal and it just has no words on the knobs, and you don't know what market it's for, because
Or the words are like butt and face.
because some pedals you get it and say we have our predisposed ideas of what it's going to do, and it's not made for that application. We're actually kind of disservicing the product. So giving us people go, oh, I don't want to sully your ears. I want you to kind of go with a blank canvas. But it's like, no, give me let me know, because I want to make sure that you obviously designed it for a specific reason or for towards a specific sound, and if I'm not going for that, I'm not using the thing to its best advantage. It's almost like getting in a car and then opening the bottom and trying to drive it like a Flintstones car. It's like, no, there's an engine there. You could actually just press the gas and it'll go for you.
Sir, please stop trying to drive the Ferrari like that.
We were speaking to, I'm not going to name the companies or the YouTubers involved, but we were having lunch yesterday, and we were speaking to one of the companies, and they were talking about a YouTuber they sent one of their amps to, and
well, now we know it's an amp company.
Well, it's an amp company. There's many amp companies, right?
And now that we know that they went to TGU,
that really narrows it down.
They were talking about how they don't like to influence what the YouTuber does, and they were saying that that has some interesting results, because in this YouTuber they were talking about, they didn't have the settings as aggressive. This was a metal guy, as aggressive as they should or could for the best sound. And he says it's really interesting to see how every YouTuber comes up with different.
And it's also one of those things, if you're the marketing guy or A&R, whichever person specifically does it for whichever company, if you're sending one of your products to somebody, especially in this day and age, you can literally go to their channel and see what they normally make.
Yeah.
Like, what is this person's style? And from there, you should be able to make a clear cut, like, hey, I really like you're doing this style. Try it with this particular product. Or, hey, we never even tried it like this. Go for it. So
also, each individual channel fosters their own audience that likes certain things. They like the person on the channel, and it's like you wouldn't want to send a product to someone and be like, oh, play it like Ola, if they don't play like Ola, because their audience isn't going to react to it. They want to see that person that they like play it the way that person usually plays, and explore it the way they usually use gear, and to show it in that way.
Make it their own, and how they would want to use it.
It's like, if I'm looking for a piece of gear, I know there's certain YouTubers I can go watch who I know are going to play a certain way that I like, that's similar to the way I play. They use gear that's similar to what I use, and it's like people pick their favorites, and there's a reason why there's so many of us, because there's a lot of variety here. It's a creative tool market, and people use this stuff in all sorts of different ways.
Yeah.
Did we start turning into a gear podcast episode? What happened?
And naturally, I feel like
my mic
bring back the frogs.
My mic went out, and you guys had to talk amongst yourselves, and it went on track.
So maybe it's actually you that's actually sabotaging your own podcast. You're just so burnt out from talking about gear.
I just want to talk about anything other than guitars for a while. You go back to the vaping frogs.
The vaping frogs.
interesting. What do you guys think is like the hardest kind of pedal to demo for you?
Compressors are tough.
Compressors are tough.
Because it's hard to be like, because compressors usually they either work or they don't.
Well, I have to do double the amount of compression in the video to actually make the listener hear what the compressor's doing.
You have to use it in an unnatural way because it's such a subtle effect when you actually use it in your rig. It's like, unless you're hearing that like funky pop from it, like no one's gonna know it's on.
Well, exactly, and so it's like everyone has this like weird idea that compression's only there when you want to completely squash your dynamics or you want to be really, really poppy. But it's such a useful, versatile, and indispensable thing to have in your rig. But the way we would use it in our rig, we could never really demo it because by the time YouTube gets its hands on it,
there's compression there that you don't even have control over, like the YouTube compression.
It's already screwed. So I think compressors, usually when I do a compressor video, it's always like double the amount of compression that I would actually really want.
Yeah.
But I think that for me is hard.
Can I get the mic real quick?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Do you compress your compressor videos?
Do I compress my compressor videos?
Yeah.
No, I don't compress my compressor.
Compressorception.
The only thing that actually gets limited in my videos is my voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people actually call me out on that. They always say, "Oh man, you put a lot of compression on your guitar." It's actually how I play. I have a specific way I play
totally.
that makes my guitar sound like it's compressed. I know how to hit the guitar in a way that I can create almost an imaginary wall, right? And but I don't compress my compressor videos, no. or any of my other videos. Usually, when you hear my guitar, that's what my guitar pretty much sounds like. It's the voice that gets cut, and then I'll actually just get the volumes of everything around. Make sure the volume in the guitar. Because guitar, if you look at a guitar waveform, it's already quite even as it is. So you just make sure that evenness works with the voice.
Do you guys compress your stuff?
I very rarely ever compress the guitars, and if I do, it's because like I'm using an effect that has a lot of subtlety and a lot of dynamic range. It's like I just know people are going to be on their phone and they're not going to hear like two-thirds of like the reverb trail, and I'm trying to bring a reverb trail up. I don't like to use compression on like if I'm showing off a distortion or a fuzz or something like that, because then it's just like squashing it and making it sound like different than it actually sounds. It changes it.
A lot, yeah.
But yeah, for like a time-based effect, a reverb or delay where the trail starts to disappear, and I know it's going to just completely disappear on a tiny phone speaker or something, I'll boost it up with like a 1:4 ratio compressor, just enough to like pop it up a little bit.
I know cable demos are tough. You ever had to do those? Have you ever had to do those?
Have you done a
I was
Strat demo?
asked,
Get
I
out
was
of
asked
here.
to do one, and I said no. I was like,
Cable
Oh,
demo.
really?
yeah.
Just demo it. Just demo it.
I was going to say, it's pretty hard for me to demo anything other than a distortion or an overdrive, because that's
your sound.
That's my thing, really.
Yeah.
But
Same.
even with them, it gets to a saturation point because you have overdrives, like you have the Tube Screamer, and then a lot of them are based on that.
Like, what can you say?
So what can I say? It's
Like,
an overdrive.
here's another
The same thing with
two-screener.
distortion. It's like, I guess there's different types of distortion. There's fuzz and things like that. But
I've started
more
to
variance
shift
there.
away from trying to say things, and I just like try to like react.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, like that said. That's
Ooh.
Thanks for Mattress Giant for sponsoring this video.
One thing that really annoys me is, it not annoys me, but it's hard. It makes the video significantly harder. It's the big trend now is everyone's trying to put as many pedals into one pedal as possible. Like you'll have a pedal that has 18 different effects and 18 different modes and 16 different algorithms of blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I try to keep my videos around a certain amount of time.
Same.
Right?
Although I
And-
kind of like it, like if I get a delay that's got a billion different settings, because I know there's not time in a demo for me to actually have to like play good. 'Cause those are the demos where it's like, let's check out this setting. Blink, 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 blink. Let's check out the next one. Blink, 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 blink.
Yeah, you can do that.
I don't
Yeah,
actually
it's
have to like come up with parts. Or if I'm demoing like a 3-knob overdrive, it's like, God damn it, now I have to play good.
But yeah, it's like it does so much. I always feel like I'm not doing the pedal justice.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm actually selling parts of it short because I can only focus on this really cool feature for maybe 20 seconds. Everyone goes, oh man, you play too fast and you talk too fast. It's like, dude, this thing has
There's, like-
18 different algorithms in it. And I
Like,
got
we
10
gotta get
minutes.
this shit on the
I
road.
gotta
We
get
gotta
this
go.
going, man.
My goal for like my talking speed in my demos is like Mexican radio.
Mexican.
I
Bob
want,
Ross.
I want to be that super like quick thing, and just because like when you're talking, it's taking up time, and I want my videos to be shorter, and they all end up being like 8 to 12 minutes. I wish they were like 5 to 6, because then you're gonna get people watching them to complete them more often.
And I
you know?
realized too that like the commentary I think is still one of the hardest parts for me, just because you want to come off as yourself at the same time. If I'm just like chilling, like, hey, this is like a really cool pedal sort of thing, that doesn't
anybody
that's not
anything.
entertaining, that's not
Yeah.
interesting. So you have to
But
be like,
that's-
hey, so like this is what we're going to talk about. Because I remember my supervisor, after she watched like a couple of my YouTube videos, she's like, you're not the same.
Different guy.
Well, it's just like in YouTube, you have to do, like, for the commentary parts, you need to be more animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just like the way it is.
It's weird. People think that I feel like I'm actually very similar to what I'm like on my page.
You
I feel
are.
like what you see is
are.
what you get. But a
But
lot
you can't get more intense than you are, like day-to-day life. You've hit the peak. Like you can't.
like peak craziness.
Yeah, no,
You're like, oh, you guys is not like this in real life. I'm like, I kind of am like this. In
you
real
just
life.
like catch on fire if you like.
burst into flames.
He actually would catch on fire.
Yeah. So I'm naturally a fast talker because I get
Same.
excited about stuff.
Yeah,
I want.
and I'm the same way, but it's like I realize, like, you have to be, hi, like, this is what's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cool about
yeah,
this, but then you realize you have to slow
it down. And the more excited you get, especially if it's a really awesome pedal, you just want to go check. It's almost like you're like a kid and you
Yep.
found something awesome. You get your friend, check out this new toy I got, and like it has like extendable
And
arms
that's
and
also the
it's
thing too, is like I don't want to talk about it. I just want to like keep showing you guys this, but it's like, but I need to explain
Yeah,
all
and that's-
these things.
The
But it's like
biggest-
I don't want to be a spec sheet either. I'm not just gonna be like, this is the volume knob.
Let's go hear what this volume
But it's like, hey, there's these 4 knobs on it. Bam, 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 bam. You know what these do.
Yeah.
So like, let's keep it going.
What do you find is the hardest part of the video making process for you? The most like, oh, I hate this.
Can I tag a question onto that?
Yeah.
How long does it take you to make a video?
A long time, way too long.
Depends on the video.
So what, like 6 or 7 hours?
Total?
Yeah.
No.
I'm joking.
Way more than that.
I know. I was making a joke
I
that I make a
also-
lot of videos.
It's like,
Yeah.
and you spend that much time.
You're really
and it just
good.
takes,
Like what I really like about not only your filming style, especially it's very clear here too. Like at TGU, like you have a very specific run and gun style that works so well
Yeah,
for
it's
you.
like built for you.
I developed that because I used to spend like 2 or 3 days on a video, and I was more financially independent back then. And it developed out of like me having to like conserve my time and be realistic about my time. It's like I have a bunch of other stuff I have to do. I cannot spend 2 days on a demo. Like it's a day max for me now.
See, for me to be sane, like I usually do like a song, all right, like a minute-long song essentially, that goes over 3 or 4 different settings on whatever like amp or pedal it is, and so I'll just do those separate ones, and like cool, I'll record the audio for that one day, and do all the video the next day, and then spend another day editing. Otherwise, but I've still done it all in one day before too, and that works really well sometimes. But most of the time, I like to split it up.
We've talked
That-
about this before.
That way, I'm not like working on it, and I hate my instrument, which is what I like. I'm genuinely fearful that one day, like doing
You
the
get bass
YouTube thing
regret.
will affect me and my like and how I like see music, sort of thing.
I do it
Sure.
in batches. So I'll have filming day. When I just film the demo, I have like B-roll day,
Yep.
editing day, because
B-roll day is my favorite.
B-roll. Oh God, I hate
'Cause-
B-roll day. You
really?
you like B-roll day?
What I do for B-roll day is I put on
editing-
whatever
Editing is-
YouTube
I'm with you,
playlist I
editing's
have.
the worst.
Huh?
Sorry, what?
For like B-roll day, I just put on whatever like YouTube playlist I have,
Oh, yeah.
and just like I'm just hanging out, man.
Yeah.
Have coffee. The dogs are just running around.
Oh, it drives
And it's
me
like
nuts.
as long as they're not in the corner where I'm like just doing all the B-roll, it's like super chill.
editing B-roll. Filming
B-roll
B-roll
sucks.
is just that's just oh god, my heart. But no, the worst for me of the whole process by far is so I talk into my little lav mic or overhead mic or whatever, and then I film my guitar audio. And what I do is I used to do sidechain compression, but it just does, the way I talk, my excitability, it's too much bleed over. I actually manually mute.
Yeah, me too.
Mute when I'm playing, or mute my vocal when I'm playing, so that way you hear just the amp. You don't hear the plinkiness of
Oh,
the fingers.
God. I hate
that
when
gets
people don't
picked
do
up.
that.
And it is so time consuming and so painful. Like just finding all the spots because you know, and
Could you not do it
I
with a
tried
noise
doing
gate?
this.
Could you do it with a gate?
I will see that's it. I tried to sidechain.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
I used to sidechain it, but because just my excitability, the way I present the show, I'll talk and my words will bleed into the playing.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
because of that, I'll cut out because it's just weird for me to go like, and then check out this overdrive and then pause, play. I can't do
No,
that. It
developing
ruins
that
the flow.
That
right?
skill was a huge thing for me of like just never ever talking when I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a hard cut. Like it's just like an instinctual thing for me. I'm looking there at the waveforms when I'm editing and like I've got it down where like they're on top of each other, but I'm never like talking
That's great. Yeah.
over the guitar. But I wasn't that way when I started. And I had to like do all these transitions and stuff like that. So I go through my editing now and it's just like razor blade, razor blade, razor blade, razor blade. I can see
Yeah,
where the spots are.
I can do that too.
Yeah.
And then I have my like automatic crossfades that I figured out, but it's still like it's just so much time, and it's time I
is.
feel like I'm just wasting because like anybody can do this. Like
Sure.
this,
Yeah.
like I shouldn't be doing it. I should be doing something a little bit like on the more creative end. I need interns to be doing
We
that
all need
kind of work.
interns.
I've been thinking that I need to teach my wife how to edit.
I would really hire an editor if I could.
Yeah, I like the editing. There's certain parts I like about
I
editing.
hate editing.
right?
It's
But
awful.
it's a meditative.
So
It's
so
awful.
like I'm really that's like I don't get like emotionally affected about like when I suck at playing or things like that. Like people like they get trolls and they're telling me like, oh, you did this wrong or you got this information wrong. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like the thing that like wrecks me, like if someone ever points it out, I'm just like I go and sit on the park bench and I'm just like.
He's sad, Keanu.
It's like someone makes a comment about like the color grading on the video. And I'm like, what did? I suck.
Oh man, I have to. I'm colorblind, so all my
I
color.
didn't know that.
I'm very. I see 10% of colors and 2.5% of shades.
Wow.
Wow.
Right, so I'm very, very colorblind. So I actually.
Good on you for not seeing race.
So what's your favorite color guitar?
Actually, there's a lot of pedals I just can't have on my board because of that thing. When your subdivision's quarter notes, it's going to be yellow LED.
Yeah.
If it's dotted eighth notes, it's a
Like the
purple.
Canyon.
You know, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
Any of
a
those
whole
pedals
other
or
world I've never
preset,
thought
you know,
of.
high gain channel,
Me
low
either.
gain channel. I can't do any of that. When the battery's charging, when it's charged, I don't know. I always have to go, is this green or is this red or is this orange? But so when I color grade, I actually rely 100% on the graphs.
Yeah.
And I have to, I know how to read the graphs really, really well. But even then, you know, a complaint I get is that all my videos are a little oversaturated. And that's just because because when I get it like when it's supposed to be, I look at it and I'm like, this looks like a black and white movie. Like I need to add
dude,
something in there.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
That's
So-
such it feels like such a detriment, but you're able to push through it too. Because it's like
something I had to
color
do.
grading is a big deal.
Huge deal. And
But it's just
how
like
much of
you
the video
can't
is it.
fucking see color. Like what the fuck?
So like yeah, I had to watch so many when I was getting into this, just watching YouTube videos on like how to read those graphs properly, how to color grade properly without, and it sucks because it breaks my heart when you see these color grading tutorials because it's like, look, yeah, there's a little too orangey in the skin tones and pull that back, and I'm just like, oh, I can't. Shit.
Oh, Jay, you're breaking my heart, dude.
I don't think I spend enough time color grading.
Yeah, you
and I
don't.
think it's because I've written it off because I'm never going to get it right.
What helped me is painting my filming area like that same kind of like mid dark gray that everyone
That gray?
uses.
Good.
That gray.
Hey,
that-
I love that. Like, I know like a lot of us are doing it, but like I fucking love that color.
yeah, and it's like, and when I planned it out, I was like, I'm always like having to pull blue out to fix my skin tone. So I went with a paint that was a little bit blue.
Really?
So when I pull out that blue to fix my skin tone, then the gray in the background goes completely gray. And it worked out really
I
nicely.
always have to put blue into what I'm doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm always sucking it out.
I had to take away red. There's
Yeah.
always a lot of red.
Just get rid of all the red.
No more red.
No more red.
No more red. That's it. And a little bit of green. Because I do.
This is such inside baseball.
Yeah, this is really for like the people that are aspiring.
Who the hell is listening
Bring
to
back
this
the
still?
frog.
Have you heard about LUTs?
I use a couple LUTs. Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Do you edit Final Cut?
No, Premiere.
Premiere
I
too.
guess it's the same. It's like a preset thing that you can put on your recordings that changes color, lighting, all this kind of stuff. And it's not, you don't need to render it. It changes like the original file immediately, like within a
What's it called?
It's called a LUT. You could save it just at
3 T's?
LUT.
LUT.
Oh, LUT.
I got one better than that. I was filming a bit with Chapman Guitars this time last year. And Rabir Masad was filming, and he's a very nice, he got very nice camera gear, and he had like an external monitor on the top of his camera, which had lookup trees like LUTs in them, which he could preview and see what it was going on. And the other thing he had, which was really cool, was that he could highlight the bits of the image in bright green that were in focus.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I love those. Black Magics have those.
Not my one.
Sorry.
God, I got a Canon 70D, and I'm just like,
Mine's a
whenever I
60.
see like y'all's videos, like they're so crisp. They're so crisp, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm afraid to make that jump though.
It's a real
I'm
investment.
terrified to go into a different
It takes research as well. You spend
because
hours
I'm
and days
so-
researching.
yeah.
it.
You just got to drag in the sharpen patch and you just crank it all the way up. Don't dig around with 3.4, like 4.7, or like just 17.
Yeah.
Just get it up there. So like it's glowing on the edges. You
Dude,
know?
it's like, because I've been using Canon for so long.
Yeah.
Where it's just, I know that camera and I know that interface inside and out. So going to something like a Lumix or like a Sony, I would love to go get like an A7S at some point.
It took me a long time because I use a pair of T4Is for the most part, but I got the Lumix because it can run for hours for the podcast. I needed that. But I did find that for my full room shot, it is crisper than the Canons were. So I used my Canons with the nice lens shooting down on my pedals and for close-up shots and stuff like that, and that's just my room camera.
I like the look of your stuff because you have like the Canons make way nicer colors. Like it looks cinematic, and you have it's a softer picture definitely.
It is. It's softer.
But I got the Lumix like the GH5, which like most guys are using here, and it's a stone cold picture. It's just there's nothing beautiful
So
about it.
I have the Cine style,
yeah.
basically it makes everything like a lot more flat. How it's like compared to auto sort of thing where it's flat. So literally all I do is I add contrast. I 30, 35 contrast, and it pops.
Yeah.
And so it all just pops at once sort of thing. And that's worked really well for me. But I just know I could get better quality. Like there's so many options out there.
Really, the toughest thing about doing this is we're all working alone, right? We don't have people.
I have an editor, and it's so beautiful. I mean, I don't.
No, I mean like when we're using the cameras, like we don't have someone on the camera.
Yeah, no, but I have a camera guy, I have an editor.
Okay, you do.
Oh, look at Mr.
know,
Popular
fancy.
over here. Wow.
No, but
Freaking Martin Scorsese over here.
Actually, when
He's got a
Patrick,
guy in a lift.
actually when
Dolly
Patrick
tracks.
came on the YouTube thing and his channel grew, and I saw it for the first time, I thought this shit looks so good. I have to do something. So I figured like I'm too dumb to become better at this. So
You
just
seen
I had
Henning's setup is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
That is
insane.
ridiculous,
He's
man.
That guy's drowning in cameras.
Just rows of like black magic cameras.
I feel like his cameras are worth
Does he
more
have
than my
reds?
entire setup.
Yeah.
His lighting rig is more expensive than your.
With the sliders and everything too. He runs. I think they're all Black Magic.
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
It's unbelievable. I just look every time I see him. Every time I need advice on any piece of gear, he's the first guy I call because
But he makes a video every day, and
Every
imagine-
single day.
Oh,
imagine
Jay's got
what
Henning's
kind of
number.
money
We
you
get
make.
it.
I I mean, then you can afford the stuff. I mean, just make a count. Whatever you take, multiply it by 30, and that's the money that it makes. I mean,
But
then
up
you can
until
afford the
about
stuff.
2 years ago, all my videos were filmed on a pair of baby monitors. So, like when I
Are you being serious?
yeah. So
No, are you being serious?
I'm 100% serious.
That's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah. So what happens?
Wow.
I never intended to make YouTube videos. That was never in my plan. And I just got off tour, and I was gonna have a family, and I was like, okay, I don't want to be on the road anymore. And around the same time, there's a local guitar store. They wanted to go boutique. So like, hey, can you're really loud and you're a fun player. Can you make some videos? So I said, okay. So I went to Best Buy and I got two Canon, the ones that you put by your baby's and it has a built-in microphone and a walkie-talkie thing, and it films the children sleeping, and you put it up there. And they were in the for sale kind of bargain bin, and I just bought two of them, and all my videos up for my first 2 years of shooting was done on those two cameras.
That's hilarious.
All my videos. Yeah. And you talk about like different video files. You had like sepia tone, black and white, and regular. Those were like the three color grades that were built in.
And Jay's over here like, I can't tell the difference.
They look the same to me.
They all look like babies. What's the point?
Yeah, exactly. They all look like babies. You can see the change. Like when you look at the videos, you will see the moment when I went from that to what I'm doing right now. But
When he went from filming on baby monitors.
You don't say.
You know, from filming baby cameras, I got my first big boy camera. But all my
By big boy camera, he means a camera built to monitor toddlers.
Hey, just wait. That camera's about to graduate kindergarten, man.
I still use those baby cameras here and there. Like
Nice,
if I need to do a shot of like my foot on an expression pedal, I'll use the baby camera for
We
that.
have a baby monitor that does like night vision.
Yeah, mine has a night vision mode. Oh, of course it
gotta
does.
you
Of
gotta
course,
use
it's
a night-
automatic, and that's the problem. I have to make sure things don't get too dark.
So is
need more
that
light.
the future? Is that the future? Like night vision gear demos?
Yeah, my
I've
vision gear.
actually like priced out on Amazon thermal cameras because I thought
That might be really interesting to see how
crazy.
hot amps get and things like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even have a
yeah.
reason to do it. I just wanted to be stupid.
I know my amp
Hey
had
guys,
this
Hot Boy
overheating
Ryan
thing.
here.
Predator vision.
Well, all those all those computer demo guys do that, so they can see the thermals on
Yeah.
laptops
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. So that's a thing. That's a thing.
Dude, it's weird. Like I get a lot of inspiration from channels that aren't gear related.
Where'd you get your inspiration from?
Linus Tech Tips.
I love. He's Vancouver. He's from Canada.
Dude,
He's from my
he's
town.
seen, like
I
his
love that guy.
entire crew. Like his editor has his own YouTube channel.
It's fantastic.
And he's amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah.
But like Linus Tech Tips, Jack Conte, like who doesn't even do gear demos. Like he's the guy that did Pomplamoose, and he made Patreon now. But he did
cool.
video songs back in the day that were like huge inspirations to me, and like old Casey Neistat videos,
Crazy. Yeah.
where it's just like the way, because it was just like engaging.
Yeah. That.
And so
Linus
that's
meeting-
all I wanted was engaging. I wanted it to be engaging, entertaining. And then I guess it's like, I add high quality into it later. But it's just like, man, I love that. And so that's why my videos always start. I do like 4 seconds of like whatever the drums are. So it's like the first 4 measures, and then that's when I do like basically the B-roll some B-roll footage, and then I just go right into a song. Like I'm not one of those guys that because to me, I remember personally, I couldn't stand that. Like I was telling Gregor about this the other day, where it's just. I started the channel out of spite because I would see Gregor's channel for good stuff, and there's like a bass whisperer guy who was okay, but it was just like there's just for a majority, like I was like, I have a Phase 90, but oh man, like yeah, it sounds good on bass. I wonder like how good it sounds on other people's basses. And then you just go to a random channel where a guy's like, they filmed it on their Motorola Razr.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, so I got an MXR Phase 90. It's a
then they
phaser.
filmed it on their baby camera.
For 10 fucking
Yeah.
minutes about bullshit that I can Google.
But
And it's just no. And then they
No.
slap for
Because-
10 seconds and like, all right, bye.
No,
And I was
that's
like,
what
what
happens
the fuck?
when people who don't make videos usually.
Yeah,
they turn on the
it's-
camera and their first instinct is to talk and explain everything that they're about to do.
also the thing is, if that is the case, where people don't make videos very often at all, everyone starts out rubbish. So
Oh, totally.
I'm
it
still
gets better.
rubbish.
And my
I would
favorite-
argue
rubbish.
I am as well.
Looking
we
back
all
at my
are.
first demo, like
All would argue that.
did your first demo look good? I don't remember. We should do a reaction video. That's what I'm gonna film today if I have time.
Were
I'm
you
gonna
watching your first
I'm gonna,
video?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get in a room. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go in the room and I'm gonna get all these YouTubers to watch their first video.
I'm down.
You wanna do it?
Genius
You guys
idea.
in?
I'm
You
down.
guys in?
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
do it. Like a
Even better, we should do
YouTubers
the
react.
first ones where I actually started doing commentary and not just doing the pedal by itself.
I was trying to do like captions
terrible.
for so long, and like right around the same time Knobs started, and he just grew like crazy. So he was doing his captions, I was doing my captions, I was doing these little skits and like funny little things, and people started to go like, "Oh, you're just ripping Knobs." I'm like, we just kind of started at the same time. It's just,
That's the internet, though. You're like they see one thing and you're a copycat.
Right. And it's like, I had this moment where I was like, I need to be on camera. I need to be talking. The core of my audience right now is my podcast audience. It's stupid that I'm not on camera.
And they're there for the personality too.
Exactly. And I've got loads of personality, guys. But it's like, I just walked away from that format altogether anyways, just because I had that development, you know.
I've realized
but for a little bit I was like, I've got to out knobs now.
ever since last TGU, I've always said the same thing to myself when I'm like feeling discouraged: is WWJD. What would Jay do?
Oh yeah. You'd buy 2 baby cameras. He wouldn't even look at the footage while he's editing the color grade.
Shit, what is my first demo video? I don't remember.
Don't think about it, because we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it together.
I'm not like fuck. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Now I'm just like, oh.
I probably had like a DoD 250 video. I was like, oh, check this out. I want to show this to the Facebook group. And then like shortly after that, the way I really got started doing this is that a friend went to go visit Jay Just Pedals, and before we went, I was like, bring me back some pedals. He's like, yeah, totally. And then he did. Like Josh handed him a couple pedals out of the scratch and dent pile to give to me. So they gave me like 3 pedals. I was like, I can't just take stuff, I've got to work for it. I've got video gear because I was starting to get into doing video production with a friend. I was like, I'm gonna do demos for these now, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is the company that snowballed your page?
Dark Glass.
Dark Glass?
So Eastwood was the first company I ever contacted, and I was like, hey, like I've made some demos, like I would like to make some of your basses. And Eastwood was like, yeah, cool. Which ones do you want to try out? Like, and just send them back. And then I would say though, Fuzz Roches is really Fuzz Roches has a really special place in my heart, just because Ryan is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Not this Ryan though.
No, definitely
not this
definitely
Ryan.
not.
But Fuzz Roches is
asshole.
a small company out of New Jersey, and man, like they're not afraid to make some just really weird out there pedals that sound great. But
I freaking love the Moth.
dude, the Moth was crazy.
The Moth is amazing.
And so Fuzz Roches was the second company that I worked with, and then from there, the marketing guy for Dark Glass Electronics, and they do a lot of like bass preamps and stuff like that. Saw that, and then he messaged me on Facebook. He's like, "Hey man, my name's Franco, and I'm the marketing director over at Dark Glass. I would really like to work with you." And I was like, "This guy doesn't fucking work for Dark Glass." Like, he goes like, his avatar's a dog. That doesn't make sense. And once he emailed me, I was like, marketing at Dark Glass. I was like, oh shit. And then I've worked with them since, and they've sponsored like I've worked with them at NAMM the past 3 years, and the entire team are just phenomenal people.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, if I didn't work with Dark Glass, I don't think I would be anywhere near where I'm at right now.
Do you have any moments like that?
How about you?
Mine's slightly different. There's 2 things here. I can do it based on gear and YouTubers. I think my content is slightly more entertainment based.
Mm-hmm.
So my channel grew through collaborations with other YouTubers. The first one was Rob Scallon. We did some videos together, and they went very well, and people saw me through that. And then I was on Jared Dines' channel. I won a competition on his channel. Did some videos of him. Got seen quite a lot there. And then the one which really, really broke it was with Frog Leap Leo. Leo Maracchioli. Frog
He
Leap
seems like a
Studios.
really cool guy
He's
too.
the nicest dude you could ever meet. Super chill, hardworking.
I thought that the pedal guy from.
Hey, wait a second.
There could be more than one.
Yeah.
We did a video together and it went viral, so that went well.
So that was the one.
That was the
you'd say
Hello video. We did a cover of Adele's Hello in a metal style, and it's something like 50 million views. On
I'm saying that's still like one of his biggest videos.
It is his biggest video.
I would say,
Yeah.
if not his biggest video,
I believe it is.
because he has what 3-4 million subscribers
Yeah,
as it
something
is.
crazy like that now.
I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go learn some Adele songs.
it was just timing, man.
yeah.
He contacted me. He had 150,000 subscribers, and he'd just done a cover of Feel Good Inc. By the
Yeah.
Gorillaz, the metal version of that, where he was dressed as a bunny going through like a Norwegian shopping center, like a mall, just filming it. And I decided at that point I had to work with him, and he was the best person on YouTube doing this, and he still is.
Oh yeah.
From a gear point of view, I demoed all of my own gear that I had that had accumulated over the years. I'd take the pickups from a guitar, and I wouldn't demo the guitar, I'd demo the pickups in it, because that was the thing at the time. And I did a Dave Mustaine Signature V, which was long discontinued, but the pickups were still being used, and that was a JB Jazz set, I think. And Seymour Duncan saw that and put it on their website. So next to the products. So I got loads of views from that. And
That's
that,
always the
that
best
helped.
feeling too.
Yeah.
That is like, I remember when that first happened to me. I was like, what? I'm on my
You knew
video's
you
on a
made it.
website, dude.
I remember when I made it to Rigs of Dad. I was so proud of myself. Yes, I did it.
So on the podcast, we play songs from listeners at the end, and the email that's like blown my mind the biggest and made me feel like the most like oh my gosh, I've made it. I think is we got an email from They Might Be Giants.
Wow.
Sending us a song to play at the end.
No way, dude.
Like the guitarist is a listener.
That's
So
awesome.
he could be listening right now.
No, he's probably not. No.
Once
didn't
we
make it
stopped
this
talking
far.
about frogs, he fucking left. Unsubbed.
What's
So
that?
like I had a little bit of a little bit of a breakdown after the email, and it was just so funny. Like, hey, love the show. Here's a song like for the end.
I had a little moment.
We played a They Might Be Giant song at the end of an episode.
That's crazy, dude. That's
And
so
usually
awesome.
it's like, a song with someone, jamming in their bedroom or whatever, putting together a garage band track that's, got like canned drums or whatever. And
now They Might Be Giants.
yeah, it blew my mind a little bit.
That's awesome. I mean, those feelings right there are like irreplaceable to me.
Yeah.
Like I had a little moment like on the way here, like in the DFW airport going to Frankfurt, where it's just like I watched like the subscriber counter is my first tab on Google, and like I watched it scroll from like 19,998, 999.
Yeah.
20,000.
You hit 20K?
I hit
On the
yeah,
way
I-
Congratulations,
It's a good feeling.
in the airport on the way here.
I hit 20K like the week before I got here last year.
Nice.
And it was like such a good feeling to hit that number and then be here at the same time.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. I saw it roll over and I was just like,
And also like
Nice.
there was someone
made
in the industry like early on who was very gracious with me and like kind of laid out the way people charge for demos with different subscriber counts. And they were basically like, when you hit 20K, then it's like what you just ask for what you think you're worth. And so I hit 20K as like right before I'm coming here. I'm on that high. I'm feeling like, okay, now I've made it. Now I can like charge what I think I'm worth,
80 grand.
80 grand. And that's
Grand.
80 graham crackers.
What about yours, Jay?
My breakthrough, mixture of two guys. It was JHS and Keeley, and they came pretty much right after each other. I did like my 3 demos on my baby cameras, and they were shit. They weren't good actually. Like listening back to it, like it's like room audio for the vocals, like all echoey and everything. You know what you're talking about? With the built-in mic in a baby camera. And the thing is, I didn't have like a portable interface. So I had a U87 from college, so I just put a U87 in front of an amp, but it wasn't plugged into anything.
I have a memory of like seeing your early videos and just be like, who is this guy? What planet did he come from? And just being like, was the baby camera era where like you were shooting down at you? Like I have a memory of you being like at a desk and it was like shooting down
Yeah,
towards you or something.
that's baby camera era. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
I was being like, this guy looks like he's just gonna catch on fire. He's got so much energy.
yeah, and it was so somehow for some reason the guys at JHS and thought it was good for some reason, and they said we got this new pedal coming out. It's called the Muffaletta, and I want you to be one of the first demos for this video. And then the Muffaletta ended up becoming a huge pedal for them, and I was I was part of the first 6 videos that was released, and then on that Muffaletta video, Robert Keeley saw it, and then he said, that's when he introduced the very beginning of his like dual pedals. He had the Monterey, I think, was the one, right, where it was like the 2-in-1 Hendrix thing, and so just those two, just the support of having these guys too. We're just watching probably some of the worst looking videos ever. They just threw it out there, and it was really early on.
I think those guys were just like in the mood to experiment back then. Like, oh yeah, there's some guy with a podcast in San Diego. Yeah, take him some pedals. We'll see what happens. This guy's filming with baby monitors. Like, yeah, send him something. And it's like, I think they were just down to try stuff, and it's like now like everyone's at a higher level of professionalism with this stuff. We've got a bunch of people doing it, and you got JHS making their own content that's just creaming us all.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing over there?
His name's Josh?
Yeah, Josh.
Something, right? That dude's tall as shit, by the way.
Super tall.
God, he's so tall. His vlogs, so good.
Yeah, they're incredible.
All
So
the production value, all the bokeh.
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with this.
Like JHS pedals, like it's the CEO. He does like vlogs.
Oh,
and
cool.
They're awesome. It's
But
like a
it'll be-
Wampler.
Yeah.
It'll
Brian's,
be,
I love
it'll be like
Brian's
my
videos, and
10
his are more
favorite,
running gun
or like the
style.
history
it's
of
like he's the Ryan
soft
of-
clipping
Exactly.
overdrives.
Pedal builders.
And because he's a pedal builder, he like knows all the
everything,
internals and everything. And
Every single pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
like,
much.
And he'll present pedals and talk them up from technically competing brands.
Yeah.
And be like, this is a great one. This is awesome. And that he's got a pedal that does that same thing, but he's talking about other people's
And
stuff.
he'll always throw his pedal in there, but it's just that the openness, and he's very inclusive about it, right?
Well, he's a huge pedal addict. Like, he's buying all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He bought a 50/50, the signature pedal that we had put together. And the moment it came out, he just ordered it. And I was like, you could have asked for one and I would have sent it to you. But yeah, he bought one.
Yeah. See, that's it's pretty cool. They did a great job. They don't need us.
They don't.
We work in a weird industry.
Like,
though.
that's such a unicorn though. Like, no other company is going to be able to do that. Like, it's so rare that a company is going to be able to make like hot, like really good content. Walrus does a good job on like their jam videos.
I love those.
Like Colt will get his guys together and they'll do a little jam video. And JHS is doing the same thing in their videos where they do jams.
Yeah.
It must take them a full week to make those videos.
Well, they look like they do because the sound's all done. It's edited perfectly.
Yeah.
They have it's a team effort.
Like, how are they getting their other jobs done? It's pretty bananas.
Yeah, well, I think it's because there's so many hands on the project.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about how I shouldn't really be doing the cutting for the audio and the picture, because my interest should be spent on other aspects of the thing. They could actually get that intern to do all of the stuff. So, Josh could just worry about, because I was talking to Josh, they have the team comes up with the topics and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So they just it's a team effort, and so he can just go there, kind of maybe help with some ideas, throw in, be in the video, say what he needs to say. They could probably have it all, get someone to pre-write it all up for him, and it just makes things, just everyone's strength is just thrown onto one video.
You know what I just thought of?
No, I do know what you just thought of, but I'll let
I'm
you
gonna
say
say
it.
this. I'm calling out Boss and Roll in UK.
Okay.
Hey,
Hire Jay. I want him basically to be the new Johnny DeMarco. like basically, because it's like, where it's just you, like, I personally think that you belong in front of a camera.
Like Gary Leonard.
You belong on a camera, like, on a stage, no matter what.
yeah,
all
I'm
the
surprised
time.
you are not a very famous person.
I know, I am a very famous person.
Oh, you
just
are?
never
Okay.
looked me up. No.
I'm sorry.
I came to I've been here for the last week because I was in the UK filming the videos for the new Boss, so for the new Boss pedal.
And shout
So
out
I'm
to
doing
Jay
the
too,
demos.
because the first thing I was like, dude, so good to see you. Like, we hug each other. I was like,
what's that new pedal? And he's like, nope.
I just,
And I was like, all right.
No.
I just don't think we need another tuner. I mean,
Heard it here first, folks. Before we get taken down.
After the Wazacraft tuner, you're like,
just-
you know what?
I just feel like a TU 500 is too much.
They put 2 more LEDs on each side.
I don't think I need
more
2
accurate.
flip switches for a tuner.
Are you spinning? Are you like twisting your
It's
mic?
getting a little bit spun.
Spin.
Spinny. A little bit.
Well, we've been recording for hour 14. I mean, most of that is frog talk.
Frog Talk Power Hour.
That's the title of an episode there. like,
Yeah, frog talk.
Frog Talk. That's fun though.
Yeah,
That's good. I'm so proud of us.
I love you
I'm
guys.
proud of us too.
I'm glad. Like it's crazy. Like we're all in Germany together.
I know.
Wow.
These are the
It's just like
Sitting
such-
beside a lake.
these
yeah,
are the good.
yeah, with a fake gator.
These are the good days, guys. We're gonna look back on these.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like I had like total FOMO. Like after TGU last year, I was like, I miss these guys.
Is that what Trey got?
Dude, also, I do not know. Like Trey has been in Europe for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I think already. But
Trey from
and
Gear
it's like,
Gods.
yeah, and he got sick.
Bad
And
sick.
God, he
Bad
didn't come
sick,
in
yeah.
all yesterday.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. He left.
Yeah,
well, he
but
was
he-
there
well,
for a
we
little
did-
bit. He
well,
left
he even-
early.
And he showed up like at the party last night too, and he was just like,
I tried to talk to him a
but
little
he was
bit,
still like,
and
he
he
feels terrible.
He had this look on his face. He was like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry you're not feeling good," and he just made this face and he put his hand up like, "Don't make me talk. I'll throw up." Like that's what I read from like his
I felt
countenance.
so bad. I've apologized to Trey for making him do what we made him do.
Oh, the
all
walking-
day
Yeah.
yesterday.
Dude, he
walking
pushed
around.
through. He pushed through that. So like
That was
he
a-
was
he
an
was a real
absolute
trooper.
trooper
Like a
about
pro.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you just want to be a part of it, because everyone has. There's just cool stuff happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Someday we're all going to be super rich and famous from doing this.
Yes, obviously.
And Toman won't be able to afford us, like all at the same time. It'll be like one a year sort of thing, and we'll all just sit in our giant like leather
So is-
chairs and in our smoking robes and stuff
Is
like
that
that.
like TGU 2020, where it's
Yeah.
like 60 Cycle Hum has exclusivity and no other YouTubers are allowed?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey man, I'm over
You know
here.
what? The thing is, they'd probably still make video than the rest of us combined.
Hey man, I'm still living on my best high
But
on my
we'll-
velvet seesaw, bro.
We'll all be sitting
From the
around
seesaw.
in our studies that are made out of fine hardwoods in our leather chairs and our velvet
wingback chair.
robes, like smoking long cigars and stuff, and looking up at our big oil paintings of each other and be like,
of each other.
Watching frogs get high.
I miss those boys. It's a shame I can't see them.
It's like a Pat Hunter, but it's done like an old, like expressionist painting. He's like wearing a nun's outfit, sitting by a windowsill with a cat. It's like,
When will my husband come home from the war? But I've been so excited to come back this year, just because I had so much fun meeting everybody and hanging out with everyone last year. It's like I missed you guys.
Yeah.
Missed you
I
too.
miss you too. Like
Miss you
I
too.
thought about it all year long since last year. Like it's just an incredible experience. I miss. It's fun what we did this year, but I miss like walking Bamberg every night. And,
I
was
really
fun.
missed that.
yeah. But it's like it's not sustainable. I couldn't have done it again this year. Stay out till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
We went out like every night.
single night, drunkenly walking Bamberg.
oh man.
That
and
was
then,
great,
And then
though.
coming back and then like waking up at 6, get on the bus or whatever.
I don't know how we got
for the
so much work
30-minute
done.
drive.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I've kind of lamed out this year and I've been taking early nights. I didn't drink much at the party.
Yeah, I've been
I
pretty.
drank a lot at the party. You drank a lot at the party.
I like-
Yeah.
I leaned into it real fast at the beginning of the party. Like I got 3 or 4 beers down before I
Right.
started eating, and then like when I was done
Same.
eating, I was like, "Woo!"
I also realized too, I got drunk fast.
Yeah.
I got really
It's 'cause
drunk
I'm-
really fast.
I'm
And
barely-
I was like, I'm that guy right now.
I'm barely eating here because I'm just like in work mode. I've been loading my plates up, but it's just to sample stuff that I'm throwing food away, which makes me feel super awful. And I'm just like, constantly worried that like people are looking at me like, Freaking Americans.
I'm always worried about that.
But I want to try everything, and I don't know what I'm going to like and not like, so stuff just ends up in the bin. I just said the bin.
Bin?
Also, another thing.
That's what they say.
British wearing off on you?
When I hang out here, like after last year, like I had all these terms that I was using. I was hanging out with Andy too much.
Oh, dude, it's the dog's bollocks, man.
Yeah.
He told me that the other day, and I was like,
What?
When I've been playing the guitars in the videos, when I read the price, I'm doing it British style. I'm going like, oh, this is $10.99. Like, what the hell?
I've been trying to explain to Trey I did explain to Trey what Billy No Mates means as well. Which is
Billy
you have no friends. It's a British expression for anyone who has no friends.
Billy No
Because I was
Mates?
talking about going to lunch by myself or something.
I'm going to go to lunch, Billy No Max.
Yeah, I didn't want to be Billy No Mates, so that means going on my own.
What's the source of that? Is that a person?
I got no idea.
I'd
what the
feel
source
bad
of
if that was me. You know, like getting Munsoned in the middle of nowhere.
Billy's listening right now. What the
Colin said there's a Scottish variation. You'd have to have him here to
Yeah, it's
remember
called
what
Colin Scott. I'm going to lunch, Colin Scott.
So I had a thing I used to do when I was single, and I didn't want to sit around the house and be bored. I wanted to get out, but I didn't have anyone to like go out with. I'd go on what I called a master date.
Master dad.
Where's this going?
I'd go out and you know where it's going. No, I'd go out and I'd like go get like a nice.
Hey, he treats himself.
I'd go out.
It's sex with someone he loves.
No, I'd go out and I'd get a nice dinner somewhere. I'd like go see a movie or something like that. I'd go on like a nice drive and like go somewhere I hadn't gone in the town or something like that. It's like I got nothing else to do. I'm gonna go like.
I'm going to master date.
I'm gonna master date.
Perhaps you could have named
Thanks,
it better.
No,
No,
it's
it was
a
very
perfect name.
specifically. It was the correct name. I will agree with that.
Can't be
I got my
perfection.
best pineapple shirt on. I'm ready to go.
My finest pineapple shirt on.
Oh my god.
I felt like it was like an emotionally healthy thing to do.
It was a
like,
very
It
emotionally
is.
healthy thing.
Like I don't need to wait around.
You'd
for
like go
someone.
to a chick flick, you know, to be sitting watching She's All That, you know, just by yourself.
She is all that.
You did get that truth back,
Exactly.
Stella.
You
You did it. You did it. Waiting to exhale. Thank you. Classic stuff.
I just
I
needed a
go
good
like watch
cry.
the Joy Luck Club.
These women are so strong.
Well, you know,
Beaches.
it's Steel Magnolia Saturday, so. Well, I gotta say, boys, this has this experience has really been the dog's bollocks.
Yeah.
Dog's bollocks.
Dog's bollocks.
Dogs. That sounded Scottish.
Oi, mate, it's dog's bollocks.
Oi, mate. Dogs.
Don't be a
bollocks.
bellend.
All right, well, should we wrap this up?
All right.
Thanks for enduring this if you made it to the end.
Hey,
I hope that
congratulations.
camera worked out.
It's recording.
Yeah,
If they made it through that 20-minute segment where you had no mic on,
I know.
I don't know.
He overdubs himself.
No, I'll
That
just put-
ADR works out really well.
I'll put in like a little voiceover part. This is the part where my microphone goes out, and these are the things I was saying.
We were probably talking about frogs.
It always went back to the frogs, boys.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye. We've heard 2 of those bells, so we've been working.